the summer of love.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Zane, and today I'm going to be talking about ladder. Ladder is basically multiplayer, whatever you want to call it. It's when you press battle and get trophies and climb higher up in the leagues. The benefit of ladder is that you constantly play, but there are leagues, Challenger 1, 2, 3 and Master 1 and so forth, and you get draft shares, and also you get a personal best season and things like that. And the main goal of this game is to get as high up on ladder as you can. And you want to know that ladder is inherently unfair. That's just how it is. It depends on card levels and matchups. But anyways, hopping into this episode, it's going to be a longer episode, and I'm not going to be playing as much. There will be some gameplay after a bit. I might play a game, but mostly it's just going to be me talking about how to improve and get trophies. And yeah, I'm just going to be putting one replay after the other on the background and talk. So the first question I get is, how do you gain trophies really quick? And the real answer is, you don't get trophies really quick. Ladder depends on card levels. Okay, I'm just going to exit this. You have to play decks that have the highest levels. If like me, I have the highest levels for an Expo deck. That is why I play Expo. If you have your card level, if your card level says that you should be playing a Golem deck, you have like a level 6 Golem at 4k, you should be playing a Golem instead of a level 7 Hog. That's just how it is. And what I suggest is you run decks that have more commons and rares. Obviously, I am running an Epic in my Expo deck, which is the Expo. But Expo, even level 6, 5, it doesn't matter. If I can protect the Expo, I'm going to get damage. But then there comes this kind of decks. These are the best decks for ladder, in my opinion. Like this. This has a lot of commons and rares. Has the Giant as a rare win condition, which you can level up really quick. And then the Miner and Night Witch. People sub in, excuse me. People sub in the Archers and the Musketeer instead of the Night Witch. But really, if you sub in the Musketeer, you don't have a great answer to the Hog Rider or tank decks. So what I suggest is, if you run decks like these, you should be buying legendaries off the shop, which I am going to be buying the Princess and the Graveyard after I play a GC. Anyways, you should be leveling up these cards. Like, you should be buying legendaries if you have the extra gold, or if you're focusing on one deck like the Golem or the Giant deck, you should be buying off the important legendaries off the shop when you have the extra gold. But then comes the free-to-play decks. Like decks like these, which are very free-to-play friendly, you should be using these. These are very annoying, like the mortar decks I see all over. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find the mortar deck if I scroll down low enough. But yeah, these decks are popping up everywhere because they're easy to level up. You should be using those. Anyways, aside from these decks, the mentality of ladder, you should know the ladder is very different from tournament standard, and you don't play aggressively. So, because in ladder people can run anything, so you should be playing really slow. The first thing you want to do in a match is just wait, cycle, depending. You can play a Hog Rider at the bridge, but your main goal is not to get damage, but to find out what your opponent is using and trying to keep the counter to their win condition in your hand. Maybe I should be playing a match because I'm not explaining as well. So let's see, this is my Expo deck. I'm going to hop into a match. So hopping into a match, what my main concern is, what are they using? Does he counter me? Do I counter him? What is his best counter to my win condition? Can I outcycle him? But see, he places a knight, and I think this might be mortar, this might be hook rider, this might even be expo. And with that, I'm just gonna see. This looks like a Three Musketeer deck. I think I should be using. Okay, so this looks very much like a Three Musketeer deck. So moving back, he has shown me 4 cards. He's shown me the knight. He's shown me the minion horde, the collector, the ice spirit, the Three Musketeers. That's 5 cards. I'm not sure if he's used this up. I'm going to take that damage on my right side because I'm down on elixir. See, I'm being very slow. So now I know I do counter him. And our main issue is the pump and the minion horde. So if he pumps up, I'm supposed to be punishing him, but that is not the case. He's just going to use his knight because he has it in his hand. Yeah, I'm just countering him at the moment. Now he's got the minion horde. And I don't want to play something like my expo because he can just minion horde it. So I'm really not sure. So I'm just going to cycle. Just going to use my knight. And he's going to use his power arm. Now I'm just going to fireball this. Tesla. Yep. So after this is over, I can actually go for a really good counter push. Take some damage. He's got the Goblin Gang. He might play, I'm just going to log it if he does. Somewhere around here. He might play his 3Ms. I'm ready. He plays his 3Ms. I'm going to log this. He has his minion horde back in hand. He's also got Zap back in hand. But yeah, see, the first thing I had to do is find out what he's playing and then keep knowing how to play the matchup. And this comes with experience. Just don't switch up decks. Like initially I reached 5k, 5,000 trophies with a level 9 hook rider. And how do someone with a level 9 hook rider and level 8 firebolt at that moment and level 8 inferno tower, I think, reach 5,000 with that card level because I spent 2 months playing hook rider, and then I switched to mortar. I played it for a few months, really. I mastered it. I went to 5200 and then switched to expo. I've been playing it for 2 months, I think. And yeah, don't switch up decks. Stick to a deck, okay? And another thing is taking breaks. You know, I take a break after every 3 to 4 games for at least 15 minutes because the game, they have revealed this. I'm not just talking out my anyway. They have revealed that it takes into account your win streaks and losing streaks. If you're in a losing streak, you'll be faced against people who have a losing streak as well. And yeah, that is why when you're losing, you face the most ridiculous decks, and they all hard counter you. Funnily enough, because they're decks that don't really work, but they just luckily you've gotten a very bad matchup, and then yeah, and then win streaks when you won a few matches, they face you against they match you against a hard counter to make you lose and stop playing because, you know, someone is gaining trophies really quickly. So yeah, that is why you face hard counters, and I do think the matchmaking is rigged, but that is another topic for another day. Anyways, take a break when you I'm just gonna put another replay at the background. And yeah, another thing, draw matches. When you face a hard counter, you don't have to necessarily win. No deck is perfect. Every deck has a weakness. So when you face a bad matchup, identify it, like you said, in the first 2 minutes or the first minute. If you're facing a different, if you're using a different kind of deck, with any deck, your first goal is to identify what they are playing, because you know your deck, you know how to play it. You don't have to think about your deck, you have to think about them. What decks they're running, how they want to play it, how they want to win, and stop them from winning it. See, in the other match, he wanted to pump up and get an elixir advantage and use his 3 musketeers. I did not let him pump up. I fireballed his pump every time. When I knew he had 3 musketeer in cycle, they want to use 3 musketeers on defense against expensive attack and counter push. I did not use an X-bow when they had 3 musketeers in cycle. Instead, I cycled my fire spirits and cycled my archers. So yeah, I lost my train of thought, and back to the point is take breaks. After 3 to 4 games, take a break. And what I do is I stop when I lose. So basically, if I've hopped into Clash Royale and I played ladder and won 3 games, lost the 4th, I'm not going to play ladder for like another 30 minutes. What I'm going to do, I might play some challenges or just log off, play on my other account, or just, stop, read a book. Anyways, taking a break. Another tip I can give you is stay hydrated, drink water. Like, this might sound really weird and something from a book or something, but anyways, you should be drinking water. Why? Because our brain is mostly made up of water, and when it is dehydrated, one, you're in a bad mood. 2, as focused, and for Clash Royale you need to be in a good mood. If you're in a bad mood or you're already angry, like even just seeing if you're using 3 musketeers, you face a fireball and you're like, that hard counters me, the game is rigged. See, you're just mad. Anyways, yes, drink water, stay hydrated, you'll be thinking clearly, and you're also going to be more focused. And what more can I say? Decks. I've touched on the fact again. Don't be afraid to run unique decks with your highest card levels. Like, there are tons of people in my clan, like Pollock. Yeah, he doesn't run a Royal Ghost, but he runs this deck with sometimes a minor, sometimes the knight. But he uses this deck specifically, challenges and ladder. If you want, you can just see his tag. He has gotten this high with this deck, and another guy is on my local, Shoaib. Okay, this is not his main deck, but he uses a giant Sparky deck, and he's reached 5800. He's been using it every meta. As I've been watching him for like 6 to 8 months. He uses one deck, more than that actually, for more than a year. He uses one deck, one giant Sparky deck, and he's mastered it. Any meta, any balance change, even if the giant gets nerfed, even if the Sparky gets buffed, nothing. He'll keep using that deck, and he has success with it. So don't be afraid with playing your highest card levels. And like I said, how you want to play is you want to play really slow and identify what they are playing. The thing that I failed to mention is it's okay to lose. Like, there are matches, like hard counters, that you just can't win, and it's okay to lose them. Just don't tilt, don't get mad, accept that there are matches you're going to lose and move on. And there's no point in complaining about them. And another thing is, watching the replays, you lose. This is very important because ladder is, if you've played enough ladder, you'll understand that there's a few decks that you face all the time. all the freaking time. And when you lose against them, you should look at the replays and see what you can do better. Like, you don't want to be making the same mistakes against a deck you'll be facing constantly, like every single time you play ladder. Like, for example, I face a lot of hogs and mortars, and I try to not make the same mistakes again and again, because those are decks I always face. And as a result, I now do win more against those decks. Although occasionally I do lose to mortar when they're a good player, and if someone is running a musketeer with the hook rider, I do draw them. And the thing is, I draw matches. If you check my stats on, well, Stats Royale or something, or yeah, Deck Show Pro, you'd see that with my deck I get more draws than I win. Effectively, I think I checked, I got 35 wins. 30 wins, 35 draws, and like 10-ish losses. So I'm drawing and winning more matches than I lose. And again, I do apologize if I'm being very repetitive here, because I'm not. There are times I just cut the video, I have to continue a bit later. So the point I'm trying to make is just an overview, because this is the last point I'm going to cover, is to improve you need to watch your replays. And then the whole mentality of ladder and how you play ladder is you have to be very patient. Do not start aggressive. Do not be aggressive at the start. Just play the first 2 minutes, trying to figure out what your opponent is trying to use, what they use, and then what they are trying to do. Basically, if you see a Night Witch, you should be thinking Golem or a beatdown deck, and you should know that they want to build a huge push. So how do you win those matches? You don't let them win. You don't let them build those pushes. When they pump up, you either negate their pumps by using a spell on it, or go the other lane, punish them, and always break their pushes. Even in double elixir, pressure if you've taken a tower, pressure the king towers if that's the opposite lane. And yeah, and then knowing matchups. Practice against your clanmates for a specific matchup. If you're running log bait, which I don't recommend on ladder at this moment, but if you are running bait and you face a lot of motorcycle, play versus with a clanmate and see if you can draw. Like, until 4 minutes you can draw it, because you want to draw those matches, preferably, if not win them. And the thing again I'm trying to make, point again that I'm trying to make is, don't be afraid to draw matches when you face a hard counter. You don't necessarily have to win every match, and you don't have to lose every match either. You just have to draw them. And except that you may lose on ladder, it is matchup dependent a lot of the times. So yeah, be okay with losing. And another thing is using decks that comprises mainly of commons and rares. If you're free to play, that is, go for motorcycle, mortar bait decks, hook decks, expos, giant beatdowns. Yeah, if you have the card levels, like if you're a good golem player, or if you like golem a lot, buy the legendaries such as the Night Witch and the epics like lightning or poison from the shop, and focus on them. And yeah, donate the rest of the cards, build a ladder deck, get those levels up. And yeah, those are the things. And play with your highest level cards. If you see someone having success with Hog, and you don't use Hog, your Hog is level 5 or something, and you have a level 10 or 9 giant, don't switch decks, play with it. Watch people better than you, play versus people better than you, and yeah, try to pick up new things. There's always room for improvement. So yeah, watch them, improve your game. A balanced deck is all you need. You need a deck that has a win condition that is reliable. You can get reliable damage, cards that counter the popular decks in ladder, like the Hook Rider. You should have a proper counter to the Hook Rider, to the Mortar in your decks, all decks, and know how to play know how to play each matchup. So you should practice the deck. Don't sell a deck short just because someone else was having success with it. You lost twice with it, and you think the deck is bad. No, you haven't played the deck enough. So if you do switch decks, if you do have the proper card levels, stick to it. Don't just don't try it once and say it's a bad deck. Like I've mentioned previously, in a few minutes ago, I think, that every time I switch decks, I tend to stick to it for literally months until I'm very good at it, which might seem like I'm praising myself or bragging about it, but no. When I pick a new deck, I look at players, I ask clanmates, and try to get the best tips possible. And so this is the whole video about ladder. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I am going to answer it. If you want to see more ladder gameplay, stay tuned. I am going to do a trophy pushing series. I do want to get higher up this season. I did lose a game, but I just cut it because I lost it because of internet connection. So I'd rather not show it. If I did lose it with the proper connection, I'd show it. I don't have a shame. I don't feel any shame showing losses because I always show my losses. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked the video. The same thing again. If you maybe subscribe, like, comment down below, and take care, guys. Goodbye.